All right, hey guys, this is Alan Bolda and Josh Burke at Kaiser Oakland, Kaiser Richmond. Today we're going to demonstrate splint application. We'll do an upper and lower extremity, and we'll do it in two different videos because we're going to limit these videos to about 5 to 7 minutes. We want to give you an example of how to put on a short leg splint and an upper extremity splint. Now this is something that's not just for techs, but nurses and techs this is within both of their scopes of practice. So who we have here today is Annie McKinley and Kevin Sabura. They're going to help us out today. They're going to be the ones that are going to demonstrate how to put on the splint. So we'll start off with a lower leg splint today. Great. All right. So take it away, Kevin. Thank you.
All right. So to do the lower leg splint, we do have the padding that we'll use in the to go over like a bony areas. So I'm gonna wrap a little bit around the ankles here. I'm gonna try and do it so that you don't create too many wrinkles. That might be a source of might be a little uncomfortable later when the splint hardens. So you want to size, and if you're doing a regular patient, like a real patient who's got a lot of pain, you might want to, I often size on the opposing side. So if I have to move the leg a little bit, I'm not causing them any additional unneeded pain. So you'll measure here. This will come out to just about toes, come under here. And we'll cut it here and fold back.
And there's a close-up of the nicely pedicured toes right there.
I like to trim from the edge that I cut. I like to trim a little bit in, again, so that when it hardens, you won't have these little daggers hanging out. So then these are air activated when you open them. The curing process speeds up a little bit with water, so we'll do that as well.
So you see how Kevin put the water inside, so the water, so that whole inside fiberglass area gets all wet, and the more water you put, the faster it will cure and harden. All right, less water, it'll take a little longer. Also, I believe the temperature of the water makes a difference as well. Is that true, Kevin? Like maybe if it's hotter, it's gonna cure a little faster, or does it make a difference?
I'm actually not sure 100% on that. Some people like to do it on the outside. I like to do it on the inside because then you keep this padding more dry, so you're not going to put a damp pad on someone's leg and then wrap that moisture up. I like to tape these down before I start wrapping so that it just stays the way that I want it. So there's two ways with this that you can have the positions for the patient. Some people like, if the patient can tolerate, to lay on their stomach, and then their leg can come back and up, and everything can just lay on it. Today we're going to do it with Annie just sitting down. This way, if the doctor wants the foot at a 90 degree, you can rest the patient's foot like up against your leg and help push and hold that position that you want. So if you can lift your leg up a little bit for me. I'm going to come out to here. Go ahead and you can rest down.
So at this whole point, the splint is still malleable, and keep in mind it'll stay like that for quite some time, maybe about 5 minutes more, plus or minus. And you can see what Kevin's also doing right here is going to help in patient comfort, because when you start folding it, any little crease or bump is going to make it excruciating on the patient. It's going to be a little uncomfortable for the duration of this splint. And also another thing to keep in mind is this is just a temporary measure until they can get over to ortho, because when a patient injures their extremity, there's the expansion, the swelling that's going to occur. So that's why this is the preferred method to temporarily immobilize that limb, so that until they can get an appointment at ortho.
If you lift your leg up a little for me.
It still allows for the swelling to occur. All right, so take a good look at what Kevin did over here. He cut it right there, so when he folds the ends, it's a little more comfortable for the patient, because right now might be fine, but when this thing is hardened, it can get really uncomfortable when you have these little creases or uneven layers.
Yes, sir.
And another thing that the nurse would do prior to this application, doctor, is they would also check for color motor sensory right before the splint application and also after splint application. So what I'd ask Annie to do is go ahead and wiggle your toes. Can you feel me touching? And also check for capillary refill, less than 2 or 3 seconds. And I also check it afterwards to see if she can, I'd assess for any numbness or tingling, capillary refill, make sure there's still circulation getting down to that leg. All right. Beautiful. That's a good looking splint, Kevin.
You wiggle your toes for me.
Good
Cap refill is good.
Beautiful pedicure. I think we're good. All right. All right. Anything else, Kevin? Or
nope.
All right. And that concludes our lower extremity splint as part of Oakland Kaiser Richmond Emergency Department in service training. If you have any questions, please see me, Alan Bulda, or Josh Burke, and you guys know how to get a hold of us. Thank you very much.